Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me. I'll get started quickly. My name is Nora Al-Badri. In my practice, I'm mainly looking at technology as something emancipatory. And often I'm using terms like cultural big data, that means digital artifacts or fossils that are represented in our museums worldwide. And the data and what we can do with it, I'd like to call it techno-heritage. And it's somehow the afterlife of the objects that interests me. And of course, one important aspect of my work is the decolonial, on which I'll focus today. And I'll just talk about one recent work of mine, Babylonian Vision and Neuronal Ancestral Sculptures series that I did as a resident artist at EPFL University, and together with the help of machine learning experts Negah Foroutan and Melika Behjati. So in this work, what we did was we scraped databases from the largest collections of Mesopotamian artifacts, Neo-Sumerian and Assyrian, all of them, unfortunately, in the global north. And those 10,000 images that we scraped, we got them without the museum's consent for different reasons. I asked the museums though. And we used to train the neural network whose process was designed to yield abstract insights into the search for a visual language of form and pattern of a time and era like Mesopotamia. And that delivered us more speculative and anarchic archaeology. So a visual museum database, and this is what you can see here. Those are the generated images. I also have like many videos that I can't share with you in this presentation, and maybe at a later stage. A visual museum database contains images of original artifacts that then can be used to train any generative adversarial network, GAN. And the input images of these databases, of course, are carrying time and memory themselves, such as patina and broken pieces. And this is a very new form of image making with a latent space for new synthetic images that the neural network is actually opening up for us. And if you train a network, for example, with 100,000 human portraits, it will abstract, not just remix the concept of a portrait and generate new ones. And the produced images can be photorealistic. And what you can see here is a process of iterations for the learning of the neural network, and you can see the remnants, the patina and broken pieces, those rainbow measurements from the museums themselves. And this is basically was the input, very diverse input data set. That means it had like many different objects like jewelry or textile, or broken pieces and glass and like really different things, and lots of pots. But the more political background and probably the very decolonial part in this Babylonian Vision work is the question of representation in datasets that are used to train AI. So today datasets are trained with millions of images, but it's mostly governed by large corporations with, for example, like what you can see here, ImageNet or Open Images, 80% of the content originates from the global north. This is a visual hegemony, and there are almost no southern data sets, southern databases. And this is also one of the reasons why I created this Mesopotamian and Iraqi one, and also to contribute to a future and to see an end of violence and destruction in such places like Iraq. And of course, you could say not being seen is often a big advantage in the surveillance age. It's true, but still what comes out of it so far is again a domination by Western visual culture. And as of today, this is an installation how the exhibition actually can look like. It has multiple forms, of course. As of today, I think AI is a black box system that doesn't show its inner workings, and it's almost impossible to reverse its input data from its outputs. This was conceptually another very important aspect for this work, because this can be harmful, we all know, for privacy and bias issues, but it has turned into an advantage, into something emancipatory in the case of my project, because ironically, of course, the chosen museums in the global north cannot make a legal case against me and this form of image creation because they will never be able to prove which data sets were really used for training. And in this manner, I think the adversarial and again is the decolonial, and in many instances, the black box is a problem, but it can also be, well, yes, very emancipatory, decolonial, and magnificent. So I want to close and thank you for your time with Let the Data Dance. Bye-bye.